Imagine a secret conference
On a beautiful island.
on the island of Anguilla,
Yeah, with all the top crypto minds in the world there.
and Peter Thiel believes that this meeting might hold the key
Oh, wow.
to Satoshi Nakamoto's identity.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, the enigmatic creator of Bitcoin.
Hmm.
We are diving deep into the genesis of PayPal today,
Okay.
drawing insights from Jimmy Sony's books, A Mind at Play, and the founders.
It's really an interesting story.
So we're not just talking about a payment platform.
Right.
We're talking about a vision
Yeah.
that could reshape the world's financial systems.
Sony reveals that PayPal's founders,
Okay.
particularly Elon Musk and Peter Thiel,
Okay.
initially envisioned a new world currency free from the control of
well.
central banks. They even had T-shirts made
No way.
that said New World Currency.
New world currency t-shirts.
Yeah.
That's a pretty clear statement of intent.
Right.
It's almost as if they foresaw the emergence of something,
Yeah.
like Bitcoin.
It's
really intriguing.
Yeah, there's a definite connection
Yeah.
between PayPal's early goals and the rise of cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
You have Elon Musk
Yeah.
pushing for a global financial platform,
Right.
while Peter Thiel champions
Uh-huh.
a more user-friendly approach with email payments.
Okay, so we have this clash of titans.
Right?
Musk with this grand vision of disrupting the entire financial system,
Yeah.
and Thiel focused on making online payments
Right.
accessible to everyone.
It's a very
It's
interesting contrast.
No, did one vision win out over the other?
Well, ultimately, market realities forced a shift.
Okay.
The world currency idea
Mhm.
didn't disappear entirely,
Right.
but PayPal had to prioritize
Right.
what resonated with users.
What people actually needed.
Yeah, easy, secure online money transfer.
So they pivoted
Yeah,
to focus on what people needed at that moment.
exactly.
But how did they go from simplifying online payments to paving the way for Bitcoin?
That's where the story gets even more fascinating.
Okay.
You see, by proving that reducing transaction costs could revolutionize how we move money, PayPal inadvertently laid the groundwork for Bitcoin's rise.
So even though they weren't directly creating a new world currency,
Yeah,
they were setting the stage for it.
precisely.
That's really interesting.
And there's a more technical connection, too.
Okay.
Remember those innovative fraud detection and mitigation strategies that PayPal pioneered?
Yeah.
They were essentially grappling with the double spend problem.
Okay, hold on. Explain the double spend problem again.
Okay.
I need a little refresher.
Imagine trying to spend the same digital token twice.
Okay.
It's a bit like photocopying a dollar bill
Yeah.
and trying to use both copies.
Right.
PayPal's sophisticated systems for preventing fraud
Right.
were a precursor to solutions for securing cryptocurrency transactions,
Okay.
addressing this very issue.
So they were already tackling some of the fundamental challenges
Yeah.
that cryptocurrencies would face later on.
Exactly.
It's like they were unknowingly laying the foundation
Yeah.
for the future of digital currency.
PayPal's impact extends far beyond online payments.
Right.
They changed how we think about money and finance,
Uh-huh.
setting the stage for the crypto revolution we see today.
Okay, now let's switch gears a bit.
Okay.
Sony's other book, A Mind at Play, tells the captivating story
Yeah.
of Claude Shannon,
Uh-huh.
the father of information theory.
Right.
Who was this guy?
Imagine a world without the internet,
Okay.
smartphones, or the digital age as we know it.
Wow.
Claude Shannon's work was the bedrock for all of that.
Wow.
He was a brilliant mathematician and engineer
Oh.
who, during World War II,
Uh-huh.
delved deep into cryptography,
Wow.
trying to ensure secure communication.
Interesting.
This led him to develop information theory,
Wow.
which revolutionized our understanding of information itself.
So he was a pioneer in a field that now underpins our entire digital world.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Shannon was fascinated by how information is transmitted and how to quantify it.
Yeah.
He came up with the concept of the bit, that fundamental unit of information we take for granted today.
Right.
But what's really fascinating is his idea
Okay.
that information is actually the resolution of uncertainty.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Explain that a little more.
Think of it like a coin flip.
Okay.
You get one bit of information from the flip because it resolves the uncertainty of heads or tails.
Right.
If the coin always landed on heads, there
Yeah.
would be no surprise,
Yeah.
no uncertainty, and therefore no information gained.
So information is essentially about reducing surprise.
Exactly.
That's a pretty mind-blowing concept.
It is.
And that principle explains so much about the world around us,
It does.
particularly in the digital age.
Yeah.
Think about what captures our attention online.
Right.
It's often something unexpected,
Yeah.
something that surprises us, something that provides us with new information.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's like we're constantly seeking out information
They are.
that reduces our uncertainty about the world.
Makes sense.
So Shannon figured out how to quantify information.
Yeah.
And that led to the digital world we live in today.
He did.
It's amazing how one person's ideas can have such a massive impact.
It is truly. And Sony, being deeply fascinated by both Shannon and the PayPal story,
Yeah.
draws a really interesting parallel between their work.
Okay.
He suggests a connection between Shannon's information theory and the concept of money,
Okay.
just as the bit is the fundamental unit of information.
Yeah.
Money is a fundamental unit of value in economic systems.
So he's saying that money, in a sense, is a form of information.
You could look at it that way.
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
right.
And just as changing how we transmit information revolutionized communication,
Right.
changing how we manage money can revolutionize the economy.
Absolutely.
That's what PayPal was trying to do.
It is.
And it's what cryptocurrencies are continuing to explore.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how these seemingly disparate ideas,
Yeah.
information theory,
Yeah.
digital payments,
Right.
and cryptocurrencies are all intertwined in this fascinating narrative.
They are all connected.
It's like a thread running through history,
It is.
connecting these groundbreaking innovations.
It really is.
And it speaks to the power of interdisciplinary thinking.
It does.
Both Shannon and the PayPal founders
Yeah.
were willing to challenge conventional wisdom and explore ideas from different fields,
Yeah.
which ultimately led to their groundbreaking contributions.
It's amazing.
Speaking of thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
Sony himself has had a pretty diverse writing career.
He has.
He went from ancient Rome to Silicon Valley,
It's quite a range.
which seems like quite a leap.
Right.
What's the through line in his work?
That's a great question.
What connects his work,
Yeah.
whether it's about ancient Rome or the tech world, is his fascination with stories of innovation and disruption.
Okay.
And what's interesting is how he draws inspiration from another author
Okay.
known for exploring diverse fields,
Yeah.
Michael Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Michael Lewis.
Yeah.
Moneyball, The Big Short, The Blind Side.
Yeah,
He has a knack for making complex topics engaging and accessible.
he does.
What does Sony learn from Lewis's approach to storytelling?
Well, Sony is particularly inspired by Lewis's ability
Yeah.
to seamlessly transition between different subjects,
Right.
always finding a fresh perspective
Okay.
and a compelling narrative.
So it's not just about the topics themselves,
Right.
but about the way those topics are explored
Exact.
and presented.
Yeah.
It's about finding the story
It is.
within the subject matter.
Absolutely.
And Sony believes that imitation is a powerful tool for growth. He doesn't shy away from acknowledging the influence.
Of writers like Michael Lewis,
Yeah.
demonstrating that we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
We can learn from the best
We can.
and adapt their strategies to our own goals.
Absolutely.
It's about finding what resonates with you,
Yeah.
what works for others,
Uh-huh.
and making it your own.
Make it your own.
It's like building your own toolkit
It is.
of storytelling techniques.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
And you know what's really interesting is that Sony applies this principle
Uh-huh.
of learning from others,
Yeah.
not just to writing,
Right.
but to life in general.
Yeah.
He believes that we can curate our own circle of influence, even if it's through books or podcasts.
Okay.
It's like choosing your own virtual mentors.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
I love that idea.
It is a cool idea.
It's like building your own personal board of advisors.
Yeah.
But instead of meeting in person,
Yeah.
you're gathering wisdom and insights
Yeah.
from the books you read,
Uh-huh.
the podcasts you listen to,
Yep.
the videos you watch.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And it's a reminder that learning isn't confined to formal settings.
Right.
We can learn from anyone, anywhere, at any time.
That's incredibly empowering.
It is.
It's about taking ownership of our learning and development.
That's true.
Now let's shift gears again
Okay.
and explore a rather unexpected thread
Okay.
that Sony weaves into his narrative,
Mm.
his fascination with Stoicism.
Oh, interesting.
He draws a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
from ancient Roman figures like Cato the Younger.
Okay.
Cato the Younger, I have to admit I'm not familiar with him.
Okay.
Who was he?
Well, Cato was a Roman senator,
Okay.
renowned for his unwavering principles and resistance to tyranny. He was a staunch defender of the Roman Republic
Okay.
and a fierce opponent of Julius Caesar.
Wow.
What captivated Sony about Cato
Yeah.
was his embodiment of Stoic philosophy.
So what exactly is Stoicism?
Imagine facing life's challenges with a calm, rational mind,
Okay.
unfazed by external events.
That's the essence of Stoicism.
Right?
It's about focusing on what you can control. Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions.
Okay.
It's a philosophy for navigating chaos and uncertainty,
Yeah, definitely.
which seems particularly relevant
Yeah.
in today's world.
We are bombarded with information,
Yeah.
distractions, and stressors constantly.
Right.
Stoicism sounds like a valuable tool
It is.
for maintaining inner peace
Yeah,
amidst all the turmoil.
that's what it's all about.
So how did Cato the Younger exemplify these Stoic principles?
Well, he was known for his discipline,
Oh,
self-control, and unwavering commitment to his values.
wow.
He lived a simple life, endured hardship without complaint, and ultimately chose death over submission to tyranny.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah,
While most of us won't face such extreme situations,
right.
his life does offer some valuable lessons
That it.
in resilience and integrity.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Sony sees a connection between Stoicism.
And the mindset of successful entrepreneurs. Building a business requires incredible resilience, discipline, and focus,
It does.
especially in the face of setbacks.
Especially.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is all about navigating uncertainty
It is.
and overcoming obstacles.
Yes.
Stoicism seems like it would be a powerful tool
It is.
for anyone on that journey.
It's about embracing challenges, learning from failures, and staying focused on the long-term vision.
Right.
All core principles of Stoicism.
So in a way, Cato the Younger is like a role model for entrepreneurs,
You could say that.
even though he lived centuries ago in a completely different context.
Right.
His story still resonates
It does.
with the challenges and triumphs of modern-day entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
Now, going back to Sony for a moment,
Okay.
he seems drawn to these larger-than-life figures,
He is.
whether it's Claude Shannon,
Yeah.
the PayPal founders,
Oh.
or historical figures like Cato the Younger.
Right.
What is it about these individuals that captivates him?
I think it's their willingness to challenge the status quo.
Right.
They're not content with the way things are.
Yeah.
They're driven to make a difference,
Right.
to leave their mark on the world.
They are?
They're the rebels,
Yeah.
the innovators,
Yeah.
the ones who push boundaries
Right.
and redefine what's possible.
And Sony seems to be drawn to their stories
Yeah.
because they offer a glimpse into the human potential for greatness.
It's true.
They remind us that we're capable of achieving incredible things
We are.
if we're willing to think differently,
Yeah.
to work hard, and to persevere through challenges.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about achieving external success, right?
No,
It's also about pushing ourselves to grow,
It is.
to learn to become the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Sony's work.
It is.
He's not just sharing stories.
Right.
He's offering a blueprint for personal and professional growth.
That's a good way to put it.
He's showing us that we can learn from anyone, anywhere,
We can.
and that imitation,
Yeah.
when done consciously and strategically, can be a powerful tool for achieving our goals.
It's true.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've explored the untold story of PayPal,
Yes.
delved into the mind of Claude Shannon, and even taken a detour into ancient Rome
Yeah.
to learn about Stoicism.
Quite a journey.
What's the common thread running through all of this?
I think it's the power of ideas.
The power of ideas.
Whether it's the revolutionary concept of a
Wow.
decentralized financial system,
Right.
the groundbreaking principles of information theory,
Right.
or the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy.
Right.
Ideas have the power to shape our world,
Yeah.
our lives, and even ourselves.
And Sony's work is a testament to that power.
It is.
By sharing the stories of those who dare to think differently, he's inspiring us to do the same.
That's the goal.
He's also giving us the tools to make those ideas a reality.
He is.
Now, this brings me to something Sony mentions in his book, The Founders.
Okay.
The fact that PayPal, in its early days,
Yeah.
was actually a hotbed for innovation
Oh, wow.
in fraud detection and mitigation.
Interesting.
Tell me more about that.
Well, remember that PayPal was dealing with online payments
Right?
at a time when the internet was still the Wild West.
Yeah.
Security was a major concern and fraud was rampant.
Oh, wow.
So they had to come up with creative solutions
Yeah.
to protect themselves and their users.
It sounds like they were on the front lines of cybersecurity.
They were.
What kind of challenges were they facing back then?
Oh,
What did online fraud even look like in those early days?
They were dealing with everything from stolen credit card numbers
Wow.
to fake accounts to phishing scams.
Oh, wow. So they really had to be on top of it.
They did.
So how did they approach this challenge? What kind of solutions did they come up with?
They assembled a team of brilliant engineers and data scientists.
Okay. Who developed sophisticated algorithms and systems to detect and prevent fraud.
It sounds like they were laying the groundwork
They were?
for the kind of security systems that are now commonplace in online commerce.
They were ahead of their time.
But back then, this was cutting-edge stuff.
Absolutely.
And those early innovations at PayPal had a ripple effect throughout the tech industry.
They did.
Many of the engineers who worked on those security systems
Right.
went on to found their own companies or join other tech giants,
Right.
taking those lessons with them.
Absolutely.
It's like they were graduating from PayPal University
You could say that.
with a PhD in cybersecurity. So in a way, PayPal was a training ground
It was.
for some of the brightest minds in cybersecurity.
It's true.
And the lessons they learned there
Yeah.
had a lasting impact on the way we protect ourselves online.
Yeah, they shaped the landscape of cybersecurity.
It's fascinating how these early pioneers, perhaps unknowingly,
We're shaping the future of online security.
it is.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is that those early challenges faced by PayPal are even more relevant today
They are.
as the internet has become more complex and interconnected. The threat of cybercrime has grown exponentially.
It has.
The solutions they were developing back then
Right.
are the very foundation for the systems we rely on today
They are.
to keep our data safe.
Absolutely.
It's a testament to the power of tackling tough challenges head on
It is.
and the far-reaching impact
Yeah,
that innovative solutions can have.
it's true.
It's a great reminder that sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from addressing the most pressing problem.
It's true.
It's about seeing those challenges not as roadblocks,
Right.
but as opportunities to innovate
Yeah.
and make things better.
That's the spirit.
Absolutely. And it also highlights the importance
Yeah.
of fostering a culture of experimentation and risk-taking.
It's
When we encourage people to try new things and to learn from their mistakes,
Right.
we create an environment where innovation can thrive.
It's essential.
Now let's delve into the fascinating connection
Okay.
that Sony draws between PayPal and the emergence of Bitcoin. It's almost as if PayPal's early ambitions
Yeah.
to create a new world currency foreshadowed the rise of cryptocurrency.
It's a really intriguing parallel.
It is.
Remember those new world currency t-shirts?
Yeah.
It's almost prophetic
Yeah.
considering how Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies
Right.
are now challenging the traditional financial system.
It's like they planted the seed
Yeah.
for a decentralized digital currency,
I
even
love
if they
it.
didn't fully realize it at the time.
It's fascinating.
But how did PayPal's success in digitizing money actually pave the way for Bitcoin's emergence?
Well, for one, PayPal proved that people were willing to embrace digital transactions. They made it easy and convenient to send and receive money online,
Right.
which helped erode the dominance of cash and checks.
Right?
This shift towards digital payments
Yeah.
created a fertile ground for a truly digital currency like Bitcoin to emerge.
So they normalized the idea of moving money digitally,
Exactly.
making people more receptive to the concept of cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
And beyond that, PayPal also developed innovative solutions
Yeah,
to some of the key challenges that Bitcoin later addressed.
they did.
For example, remember those sophisticated fraud detection systems they created?
Yeah,
They were essentially addressing the double spend problem,
exactly.
which is a major hurdle for any digital currency to overcome.
It is.
Let's break down that double spend problem one more time,
Okay.
just so everyone's clear on what we're talking about.
Imagine trying to spend the same digital token twice.
Okay.
It's a bit like photocopying a dollar bill
Right.
and trying to use both copies
Right.
with physical cash.
Yeah.
You can't spend the same bill twice,
Right.
but with digital currency, it's theoretically possible to copy and paste the same digital token
Right.
and spend it multiple times.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
It's like trying to trick the system
Yeah,
into thinking you have more money than you actually do.
exactly.
So how did PayPal solve that problem?
Well, They developed algorithms and systems to track every transaction and ensure that the same digital token couldn't be spent more than once.
Okay.
This was crucial for building trust in their platform and preventing fraud.
So these early innovations in fraud prevention at PayPal were, in a way, laying the groundwork for solutions that Bitcoin later implemented.
They were.
On a much larger scale.
Yeah.
It's like they were unknowingly contributing to the development of cryptocurrency.
Precisely. And what's even more fascinating is that many of the people who worked on those security systems at PayPal went on to become involved in the cryptocurrency world. They saw the potential of Bitcoin and brought their expertise in digital security to this new frontier.
It's like a direct line from PayPal to the heart of the crypto revolution.
It really is.
It really is a fascinating example of how innovation often builds upon itself.
It does.
Ideas and technologies developed in one context can be adapted and applied in new and unexpected ways.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that we're all standing on the shoulders of giants.
It's true.
The breakthroughs of today are often built upon the foundations laid by those who came before us.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing how those seemingly small innovations can sometimes have the most profound and unexpected consequences.
You could change the world.
Speaking of unexpected connections, Sony also highlights a fascinating link between Claude Shannon and the world of finance.
Interesting.
Remember how we talked about Shannon's concept of information as a resolution of uncertainty? Yes. It was eye-opening to realize that information is essentially about reducing surprise.
It is.
It completely changed how I think about information.
Yeah.
Well, Sony argues that this same principle applies to the world of finance. Think about it. Investors are constantly trying to reduce uncertainty, to predict the future, to make informed decisions about where to put their money. They're always seeking out new information to help them make those decisions. So he's saying that financial markets are essentially information processing systems.
They are.
Just like communication systems.
It's an interesting way to think about it.
And just like Shannon developed a mathematical framework for understanding information, there's a whole field of financial mathematics devoted to quantifying risk, analyzing data, and making predictions about market behavior.
The whole world.
So information theory is actually relevant to Wall Street.
It is.
I never would have guessed.
It's fascinating how these things connect.
It is. It's another example of how seemingly disparate fields can be interconnected in surprising ways.
It can.
And it highlights the importance of interdisciplinary thinking.
It does.
When we brought together ideas from different domains, we can gain new insights and perspectives that we might never have considered otherwise.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
It is.
It's about breaking down the silos between different fields and embracing the power of cross-pollination.
It's about making connections.
Who knows what kind of breakthroughs we could achieve if we were more willing to connect the dots between seemingly unrelated areas of knowledge.
That's where the magic happens.
Now, this leads us to another fascinating aspect of Shannon's work that Sony explores in his book, the concept of redundancy.
Interesting.
I remember we talked about how Shannon was obsessed with finding the most efficient way to transmit information.
Yeah, he wanted to eliminate unnecessary bits.
Yes, I remember. He was all about maximizing efficiency and eliminating waste. Well, Sony points out that redundancy, which seems like the opposite of efficiency, actually plays a crucial role in both communication and financial systems.
Interesting.
Wait, what? I always thought redundancy was just about repeating information unnecessarily. Why would that be important in complex systems?
It's not about being wasteful. It's about ensuring robustness and resilience. Think about it. If you're sending a message over a noisy channel, some of the bits might get lost or corrupted. But if you add redundancy, by repeating key information multiple times, you increase the chances that the message will be received intact.
I see. It's like having a backup system in case something goes wrong.
Exactly.
Like having a spare tire in your car.
Exactly. And this same principle applies to financial systems. Think about diversification in investing. By spreading your money across different assets, you're essentially adding redundancy to your portfolio.
Right.
If one investment fails, you're not wiped out because you have other investments to cushion the blow.
So redundancy is actually a form of risk management,
It is.
both in communication and in finance. It's about anticipating potential problems and building in safeguards.
Precisely. And Sony's book does a brilliant job of highlighting how seemingly counterintuitive concepts like redundancy can actually play a vital role in complex systems.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
It is.
It's a reminder that we should be careful about making assumptions.
We should.
Sometimes the things that seem inefficient or wasteful actually serve an important purpose.
It's true.
It's also a reminder that there's always more to learn.
Right.
We should never stop questioning our assumptions and challenging our understanding of the world.
We should always be learning.
And it speaks to the importance of understanding the underlying principles that govern complex systems.
It does.
When we grasp those principles,
Yeah.
we can make better decisions and avoid unintended consequences.
Absolutely.
It's like having a deeper understanding of the rules of the game,
It is.
which allows you to play more strategically and effectively.
Yeah.
Whether we're talking about communication systems,
Right.
financial markets,
Mm-hmm.
or even our own lives,
Yeah.
understanding the underlying principles can make all the difference.
It's true.
This whole idea of redundancy and resilience really makes you think. It's like those safety nets we build into our lives.
Yeah.
Whether it's having a backup plan, diversifying our investments,
Right.
or even just having a support system of friends and family.
It's about recognizing that unexpected events happen and having systems in place to mitigate the impact of those events.
Right.
Whether it's a financial crisis, a natural disaster, or even just a personal setback, having redundancy built into our lives can help us weather the storm and come out stronger on the other side.
It's like building a foundation
Yeah.
that can withstand the inevitable shocks and tremors that life throws our way.
It is like that.
But speaking of building things, let's circle back to Sony's own journey as a writer.
Okay.
He's clearly passionate about sharing the stories
Yeah.
of innovators and visionaries.
He is.
What can we learn from his approach to writing and storytelling?
Well, one thing that stands out is his emphasis on learning from others.
Okay.
He openly admits to imitating writers he admires like Michael Lewis,
Right.
and he sees this not as a weakness, but as a strength.
It's refreshing to hear that kind of honesty.
It is.
Too often we're told that originality is everything,
Yeah.
that we need to reinvent the wheel to be successful.
Right.
But Sony's approach is much more pragmatic and I think ultimately more effective.
It is.
It is, and it underscores a crucial point. We don't have to figure everything out on our own.
Right.
There's immense value in studying those who have achieved what we aspire to.
Absolutely.
It's like having a blueprint for success.
It is.
You can learn from their mistakes,
Yeah.
their strategies, their insights. It's a shortcut to accelerating your own growth.
Right.
Whether you're writing a book, building a business, or simply trying to improve a skill.
Absolutely. And Sony takes this idea a step further.
Okay.
He argues that in today's world,
Yeah.
our circle of influence doesn't have to be limited to people we physically interact with.
Right. He talks about the idea of virtual mentors,
Yeah.
the authors we read, the podcasters we listen to,
Right.
the YouTubers we follow.
Yeah.
These individuals can all be sources of inspiration and guidance.
Exactly. We can curate our own board of advisors, so to speak.
Right.
By consciously choosing who we allow to influence our thinking,
Right.
we can learn from the best, regardless of where they are in the world,
Right.
thanks to the power of technology.
It's like building your own personal mastermind group,
It is.
except it's all virtual.
It is.
And it's accessible to anyone with an internet connection. That's pretty powerful.
It is.
It is. And it challenges the traditional notion of mentorship.
Yeah.
We're no longer limited by geography or social circles.
Right.
We can learn from the best no matter where they are in the world,
Yeah.
simply by engaging with their work.
It's amazing.
This reminds me of something Tim Ferriss once said. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
Sony seems to be saying that those 5 people don't even have to be in the same room as you.
That's right.
It's about being intentional with the information we consume and the voices we allow to shape our worldview.
That's a brilliant insight.
It challenges us to think about who we're surrounding ourselves with,
It does.
even in the virtual realm.
Yeah.
Are we choosing influences that uplift and inspire us?
Right.
Or are we passively consuming content
Yeah.
that might not be serving our highest good?
That's a great question to ask yourself.
It's a call to be more mindful of the content we consume.
It is.
and the people we allow to influence our thinking.
Absolutely.
We can choose our virtual mentors based on their expertise, their values, their perspectives, all of which can shape our own journeys.
Precisely. And it's a reminder that we have more control over our personal growth than we might realize.
Right.
We're not passive recipients of information. We're active participants in shaping our own minds. We have the power to choose what we learn, who we learn from, and how we apply that knowledge to our lives.
That's incredibly empowering.
It is.
It's about taking ownership of our intellectual and creative development.
That's right.
We're not just products of our environment.
We're not.
We're active agents shaping our own destinies.
We are the authors of our own lives.
Now, shifting gears for a moment.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sony's fascination with Stoicism.
Okay.
Something that might seem a bit out of place in a book about Silicon Valley.
Right.
He seems to draw a lot of inspiration from ancient Roman figures like Cato the Younger. Cato the Younger, I have to admit, I'm not very familiar with him.
Okay.
Fill me in.
Okay.
Who was he and what's his connection to Stoicism?
Well, Cato was a Roman senator known for his unwavering principles and his resistance to tyranny. He was a staunch defender of the Roman Republic and a fierce opponent of Julius Caesar.
Wow.
What fascinated Sony was Cato's embodiment of Stoic philosophy.
Okay.
He saw in Cato a model for how to live a life guided by principle and integrity, even in the face of adversity.
Stoicism. What's that all about? I've heard the term, but I'm not sure I fully understand the philosophy behind it.
Imagine facing life's challenges with a calm, rational mind. Unfazed by external events. That's the essence of Stoicism.
So it's about finding inner peace.
It is.
Amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life.
Exactly.
And it's incredibly relevant today, wouldn't you say?
It is.
We're bombarded with information. With distractions. With stressors.
It can be overwhelming.
Stoicism offers a framework for maintaining inner peace amidst all the turmoil.
It does.
It's about finding strength and resilience within ourselves. Rather than relying on external circumstances to dictate our emotional state.
That's the key.
You can see how that would be appealing. So how did Cato the Younger exemplify Stoicism? What made him such a compelling figure for Sony?
He was known for his discipline. His self-control, his unwavering commitment to his values.
Wow.
He lived a simple life, endured hardship without complaint, and ultimately chose death over submission to tyranny.
Wow, that's intense.
It's
a stark reminder that true freedom often comes at a cost.
It does.
It does. And while we might not all face such extreme choices, Cato's life offers valuable lessons.
It does.
In resilience, integrity, and the power of living according to your principles.
It's about standing up for what you believe in, even when it's difficult. And maintaining your moral compass, even in the face of pressure to compromise.
It's a reminder that true strength comes from within.
It does.
It's about mastering your own mind and emotions. Rather than being controlled by external circumstances, it's about choosing your response to situations. Rather than letting those situations dictate your emotional well-being.
That's a powerful idea.
And Sony sees a connection between Stoicism and the mindset of successful entrepreneurs.
He does.
Think about it. Building a business requires incredible resilience discipline.
It does.
And the ability to stay focused despite setbacks. Entrepreneurs face constant challenges.
They do.
And Stoicism can provide a framework for navigating those challenges.
It can.
With grace and determination.
It's a valuable tool.
That's so true. Entrepreneurs face rejection, competition, uncertainty, all of which can be emotionally draining.
It can be a roller coaster.
Stoicism sounds like the perfect antidote to the emotional roller coaster of startup life.
It's a way to stay grounded.
It's about embracing challenges, learning from failures, and staying focused on the long-term vision. It's about recognizing that setbacks are inevitable.
They are.
But they don't have to derail us.
That's right.
It's about cultivating a mindset of perseverance and resilience.
You got it.
So in a way, Cato the Younger is like a role model for entrepreneurs.
You could say that.
Even though he lived centuries ago in a completely different context. His story still resonates. With the challenges and triumphs of modern-day entrepreneurship.
In a sense, yes.
In a sense, yes. His unwavering commitment to his values, his resilience in the face of adversity,
Right.
and his willingness to make difficult choices.
Right.
offer valuable lessons.
They do.
For anyone striving to achieve something great, whether it's building a business, pursuing a creative passion, or simply navigating the complexities of life. Absolutely.
Now let's go back to Sony for a moment.
Okay.
He's clearly fascinated by these larger-than-life figures.
He is.
Whether it's Claude Shannon, the PayPal founders, or even historical figures like Cato the Younger.
Right.
What is it about these people that draws him in? What makes them so compelling to him?
Yeah.
And by extension to us as readers?
I think it's their willingness to challenge the status quo.
Okay.
They're not content with the way things are.
Right.
They're driven to make a difference.
Yeah.
To leave their mark on the world.
Right.
They're the rebels, the innovators.
Yeah.
The ones who push boundaries and redefine what's possible.
They're the ones who dare to dream big.
They do.
And to pursue those dreams with relentless passion and determination.
Absolutely.
They're the ones who inspire us to believe that we, too, can make a difference in the world.
Exactly. And Sony seems to be drawn to their stories because they offer a glimpse into the human potential for greatness.
They remind us that we're capable of achieving incredible things.
We are.
If we're willing to think differently, to work hard, and to persevere despite obstacles.
And it's not just about achieving external success, is it?
No, it's not.
It's about the internal journey.
Yeah.
The growth and transformation that takes place along the way.
Precisely. It's about pushing ourselves to grow, to learn, to become the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Sony's work.
It is.
He's not just sharing stories. He's offering a blueprint for personal and professional growth.
It's true.
He's showing us that we can learn from anyone, anywhere.
Yeah.
And that imitation, when done consciously and strategically, can be a powerful tool for achieving our goals.
Absolutely.
He's also reminding us that the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
Right.
And that true success is about becoming the best version of ourselves.
Right.
Not just achieving external markers of accomplishment.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the untold story of PayPal.
Yes.
Delved into the mind of Claude Shannon. Taken a detour into ancient Rome to learn about Stoicism.
Right.
And even explored Sony's own approach to writing and storytelling.
Yeah.
What's the common thread running through all of this? What's the takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's the power of ideas. Whether it's the revolutionary concept of a decentralized financial system, the groundbreaking principles of information theory, or the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy.
Right.
Ideas have the power to shape our world, our lives, and even our very selves.
Absolutely.
They have the power to inspire us, to challenge us, to transform us.
And Sony's work is a testament to that power.
It is.
By sharing the stories of those who dared to think differently.
Yeah.
He's inspiring us to do the same.
He is.
He's giving us the tools to make those ideas a reality. And he's encouraging us to embark on our own journeys of growth and transformation.
He wants us to live our best lives.
Now let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
Talk about Sony's fascination with something that might seem a bit unexpected.
Okay.
Games and puzzles.
Oh, interesting.
Throughout both A Mind at Play and The Founders,
Yeah.
he weaves in these intriguing anecdotes about Shannon's love of juggling, chess, and even maze-solving mechanical mice.
Right.
It's as if he's suggesting that there's a connection between this playful mindset and the ability to solve complex problems.
That's a really astute observation.
You're right. Sony seems to be highlighting a link between this sense of playfulness, this curiosity about how things work, and the capacity for innovation.
Yeah.
Shannon, in particular, was known for his playful approach to problem solving.
He was.
He saw the world as a giant puzzle to be deciphered.
He did.
And he approached even the most challenging problems with a sense of joy and wonder.
Yeah. He never lost that childlike sense of curiosity and wonder.
It's like he never lost that childlike sense of curiosity and wonder. That delight in figuring things out. And that mindset, that willingness to play and experiment, seems to have fueled his groundbreaking discoveries.
I think so.
Exactly. And this is a theme that Sony returns to again and again in his writing.
Yeah.
The importance of cultivating a playful, inquisitive mindset. A willingness to experiment and tinker.
Right.
To approach challenges not with fear or frustration.
Yeah.
But with a sense of curiosity and delight.
That's a great approach.
It's a powerful reminder that we don't have to be serious all the time to be successful.
It's true.
In fact, sometimes the most groundbreaking ideas emerge from moments of playfulness.
Yeah.
From allowing ourselves to think outside the box and to explore new possibilities without the pressure of having to find the right answer.
It's about letting go of the need to be right all the time.
It's about embracing the joy of discovery, the thrill of experimentation, and the satisfaction of solving a puzzle, no matter how big or small.
It's about the process.
This reminds me of something Albert Einstein once said. Play is the highest form of research.
I like that.
It's about allowing ourselves to be curious,
Yeah.
to explore, to experiment, without the constraints of preconceived notions or the fear of failure.
Absolutely. And that's where true innovation often happens, in those moments when we let go of our preconceived notions and allow ourselves to play with ideas, to see things from a different perspective, to connect the dots in unexpected ways.
So it's not just about being playful for the sake of it.
Right.
It's about using that playfulness as a tool for creativity.
Yeah.
For problem solving, for pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly. And it's something we can all cultivate in our own lives, whether we're tackling a challenging project at work, trying to learn a new skill, or simply looking for ways to spark our creativity. Embracing a playful mindset can make a world of difference.
Now let's talk a bit about Sony's own writing process. He shares some really interesting insights into how he overcomes writer's block, stays productive, and manages the challenges of a creative career.
That's not easy.
What are some of the key takeaways from his approach to writing?
One thing that stands out is his emphasis on consistency and routine.
Okay.
He's a big advocate for setting a daily word count, even if it's a small number. It's about building the habit of writing regularly, rather than waiting for inspiration to strike.
So it's about treating writing like a discipline, a practice, rather than a mystical pursuit.
Exactly. And he also talks about the importance of eliminating distractions. He literally puts a manila folder over his computer screen to block out everything except the words he's writing.
That's a great visual.
Yeah, it helps him stay focused.
It speaks to the importance of creating a space, both physical and mental, that's conducive to focused work. Right.
But what about those times when the fear of failure creeps in? How does Sony deal with those moments of self-doubt?
Well, Sony is very candid about his own struggles with self-doubt. He acknowledges that even the most successful people experience those moments of insecurity, that fear that their next project won't be as good as their last.
So he's not immune to the same anxieties that plague so many creative people.
Not at all. And his advice is to acknowledge those fears, but not let them paralyze you. Keep pushing forward, keep creating, and trust that the process will eventually lead you to where you need to be.
That's really encouraging.
It is.
It's a reminder that everyone faces those challenges, even the people we admire.
We all have our doubts.
It's not about being fearless.
Right.
It's about finding ways to manage your anxieties and keep moving forward.
That's the key.
And he also emphasizes that early mornings are key for his productivity.
Oh, interesting.
Waking up before the world starts buzzing.
Allows him to get a few solid hours of focused writing in before the distractions kick in.
Makes sense.
I've heard that from a lot of successful people.
Yeah, it's a common theme.
The quiet of the early morning can be incredibly powerful for creative work.
It can.
It's like having a head start on the day.
Right.
Before the demands of the world start to encroach on your time and energy.
You can get a lot done.
And it's not just about avoiding distractions.
Right.
It's about setting the tone for the day. Starting your day with a win.
Yeah.
Even a small one.
Yeah.
Can have a ripple effect on your motivation and energy levels throughout the day.
Absolutely.
It's like establishing a positive momentum.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up for success from the very beginning.
That's the goal.
Exactly. And it's about recognizing that we have more control over our time and energy than we often realize.
Right.
It's about making conscious choices about how we structure our days, how we prioritize our tasks, and how we protect our creative energy.
It's about being intentional.
They're shifting gears again.
Okay.
I want to delve a bit deeper into the concept of the PayPal Mafia.
Okay.
A term that's often used to describe the group of entrepreneurs and investors who emerged from PayPal's early days.
Yeah, it's a fascinating group.
Who are some of the key figures in this group?
Okay.
And why is their story so significant?
Well, the PayPal Mafia is a fascinating group.
Okay.
It includes people like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel-Reed, Hoffman, Max Levchin, and several others.
Right.
What's remarkable is that these individuals went on to achieve incredible success. in a wide range of industries.
Okay.
From electric vehicles and space exploration.
Wow.
To venture capital and social media.
It's like they were all part of this incubator of innovation.
Yeah.
This breeding ground for entrepreneurial talent.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that their success isn't just about their individual brilliance, but also about the network they built. The relationships they forged during those early days at PayPal.
Right.
They supported each other, invested in each other's ideas, and helped each other navigate the challenges of building successful businesses.
It's like they created their own ecosystem of support and innovation.
Yeah.
A network that extended far beyond the walls of PayPal.
It did.
And that network, that spirit of collaboration and mutual support, seems to have played a crucial role in their collective success.
Absolutely. And what's inspiring about their story is that it demonstrates the power of community, the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who challenge us, support us, and inspire us to reach our full potential.
It's true.
It's a reminder that we're not meant to go it alone, that we can achieve far more when we work together, when we leverage the collective wisdom and experience of a supportive community.
It's a powerful testament to the idea that success is often a team sport.
It is.
Where we can achieve far more together than we ever could on our own.
You got it.
And what's also fascinating about the PayPal Mafia is that they represent a particular moment in time, a convergence of technological innovation, entrepreneurial spirit, and a willingness to challenge the status quo.
It was a perfect storm.
It's like they were at the forefront of a wave of disruption that would ultimately transform entire industries and reshape the way we live, work, and interact with the world.
Exactly. They were pioneers in the digital revolution.
They were.
And their story offers a glimpse into the transformative power of technology and the entrepreneurial spirit that drives innovation.
It's inspiring to see how a group of individuals with a shared vision can create such a lasting impact on the world.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what kind of ripple effects we're setting in motion with our own work and collaborations.
It's a powerful reminder that the choices we make today, the ideas we pursue, the relationships we cultivate, all of these things can have far-reaching consequences, shaping not only our own lives, but also the world around us.
Now let's bring this conversation back to the present day.
Okay.
And explore the broader impact of the ideas and innovations we've been discussing.
Sounds good.
What are some of the key takeaways from Sony's work that our listeners can apply to their own lives, regardless of their field or background?
One of the most important takeaways is the power of curiosity and a willingness to learn. Both Claude Shannon and PayPal founders were driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a desire to understand how things work. They weren't afraid to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, to explore new ideas, even if those ideas seemed unconventional or even radical at the time.
So it's about cultivating a mindset of continuous learning, of embracing the unknown, of always seeking out new challenges and opportunities for growth.
Exactly. And it's not just about acquiring knowledge for the sake of it. It's about applying that knowledge to solve problems, to create new things, to make a positive impact on the world.
Another key takeaway that resonates with me is the importance of embracing failure as a necessary part of the learning process. Both Shannon and the PayPal founders encountered setbacks and challenges along the way. But they didn't let those setbacks derail them.
It didn't give up.
They saw failures as opportunities to learn to iterate, to improve their ideas and approaches.
It's about shifting our perspective on failure. Seeing it not as a sign of weakness or inadequacy, but as a valuable feedback mechanism that can help us grow and evolve.
It's about cultivating resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks stronger and wiser than before.
Absolutely.
It's about embracing the journey with all its twists and turns and recognizing that the path to success is rarely a straight line.
And finally, I think Sony's work reminds us of the power of human connection and collaboration. The PayPal Mafia's success wasn't just about their individual talents, but about the network they built, the relationships they forged, and the way they supported and inspired each other.
It's true.
It's a powerful testament to the idea that we can achieve far more together than we ever could on our own.
It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected. That our lives and our work are interwoven in a complex tapestry of human experience.
It's beautiful when you think about it.
And it's about embracing the opportunity to learn from each other. To support each other and to create something meaningful together.
So we've come to the end of our deep dive
We have.
into the world of innovation disruption and the power of ideas.
And I'm left with a sense of both awe and inspiration.
Me too.
The stories we've explored today remind us that the human capacity for creativity and ingenuity knows no bounds.
It's true.
They challenge us to push the boundaries of what's possible, to embrace the unknown, and to believe in our own power to make a positive impact on the world.
We all have that power.
And they remind us that the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
It is.
It's about embracing the process of learning, growing, and evolving.
Yeah.
And finding joy in the pursuit of knowledge and the challenge of solving problems.
I love that.
This has been an incredible conversation.
It has.
And I'm grateful for your insights and expertise.
Well, thank you for having me.
I know our listeners will find these stories as thought-provoking and inspiring as I have.
I hope so.
It's been a pleasure joining you today.
The pleasure was all mine.
I hope these stories spark curiosity, ignite imagination.
Yeah.
And encourage everyone to embrace the transformative power of ideas.